Look at you. You look crazy. Look at you. You look crazy. What's wrong with you? You're crazy. Look at this. Look at this. She's looking at her. She's crazy. Look how crazy you look. What an ugly ass lady. Look at this crazy lady. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look at this crazy lady.
You're black American. You worship me. You're black American. You have drugs like this money.
Look at it. Look at her.
You're black American. You're trash. Your mothers are on drugs.
Your mother.
I'm from Kenya, Africa. You're black American.
Look what's wrong with her. Look what's wrong with her. Look at her. Mentally wrong. Something's wrong with you. Something's wrong with you.
If you have a beautiful mother, you won't even take me a picture.
If this was a guy, we'd have had a war star already.
You're black American. You're trash. I'm from Kenya, Africa. You're black American. You're trash like your mothers.
I'm trying to put this on war star, yo.
You're black American. That's why you're worshiping me. That's why you're worshiping me. You have to take me a video like I'm a celebrity. But you have other stupid mothers. You're black American. You're trash. I'm from Kenya, Africa. My mother told me in Kenya, don't ever associate with black American. You're trash. Low self-esteem. You're not a man.
Yo, that's crazy. This is wrong with black people.
You take me a picture
other Africans,
because you have another stupid dead mother.
You see what's wrong with
She came from the same black
because you have another black American mother.
You came from the same black.
You want to have sex in a video? You have another mother. That's why you have to worship me and take me a video. I will never take you a video. You're trash. You're ugly. You're black Americans. I'm from Kenya.
We got the same phone. What are you talking about?
We have people from Kenya. You have ugly trash mother.
You're in America now. What are you talking about?
Why
are you not in Africa? Why are you not in Africa?
I have to look down on you because you're ugly.
You're not making no sense. You're crazy.
You're black American. You're trash.
I should do this in slow motion.
This is why we're African.
My mother in Kenya told me on the phone, don't even associate with black American. They have low self-esteem. Low self-esteem.
So that's what you categorize as every black African American. That's what you're doing? So who you look up to? So who you look up to? So who you look up to?
Because you have another mother.
See, she ain't making no sense.
That's why you have to take me.
You're embarrassing yourself.
You're black American. You're ugly. You're stupid.
I'm stupid?
You're ugly. You're black American. You're stupid.
You got a degree, right?
You're trash. Black Americans are trash.
Did you see this shit? Lady's cooked. Look at it. You're cooked.
Your mother is dead, mother, right? Your mother is dead. Your mother is dead. That's why you have to worship me and take me a video. Because you have an ugly dead or dying mother. Probably she's on drugs.
This is a guy that been knocked
your mother is dead
or
dying of drugs. That's why you have to worship me. Because you have an ugly stupid mother.
She put this on worse.
You have ugly women in your life. That's why you have to worship me. Taking me pictures.
Right.
Because you don't have beautiful women in your life. You're black American. You're trash. Just like your mothers. You're trash like your mothers. You're black American. You're trash like your mother. That's why you have to follow me and worship me.
You're embarrassing.
I'm from Kenya, Africa.
You disgrace.
You're black
You disgrace to
You're
Africa.
trash.
You disgrace to Africa.
You're black American. You're trash. You've always been trash.
I understand. Please, I gotta complain about it. No. I look back. You came down here, you came down here, she started calling trash.
I understand.
I got all this on film, so she trying to bust a move.
You're black American, you're trash, you take me a video.
I'm gonna leave her alone. I'm not gonna say
You can't let
anything.
people talk to you like that. You shouldn't be talking about
Just walk away from
Black
it.
American, you're trash. That's why you have to take me video.
I'm just asking you guys to be good to me.
To worship me. The police told me. I called the police on one for taking me a video. They told me in New York you're more trashy than here. You're more trashy in New York than here. They told me that.
But she's still trying to talk to
I
her.
know, I understand.
In New York than here. Taking me a video.
This is 4 minutes.
Please.
We hopped out of the, we came down to the train. She said,
all I say is don't get close to me.
black Americans are trash.
Walk away from it, please, all right?
All I told them is don't get close to me, but they
I
worship me.
understand. I'm just asking you.
Taking me a video like I'm God. Because they don't have any decent women in their black American communities. They have other women. Their black American communities. They don't have any beautiful. Everything new with them. I used to call the police on that all the time.
She went in. Yo, what up, now? It's your boy Philko here. And that was a video, I think it was in Boston. And apparently this lady's well known because the original video to this, in the comments, there was a lot of people saying things like, oh, you know, I know this lady, I've seen her, she blah, 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 blah. And obviously she's from Kenya. She's not African American, she's African. And she's very disappointed with Blamericans. You know, when I say Blamerican, I mean Black American. I'm not going to keep saying African American. That shit's stupid. She's mad at Blamericans because our mothers are on drugs and all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. Now, I think I've met more African. You know what's funny? Okay, when I speak in this video, I'm not speaking about Africans in America. And I don't mean Blamericans. I mean people born in Africa who come to America and sell watches and whatever. I'm not talking about those Africans. I'm talking about Africans I've met everywhere else besides America, okay? I'm not talking about Africans on like 23rd Street in the city. No, I'm talking about Africans I've met in Russia, Africans I've met in Europe, you know what I mean? Those Africans is what I'm speaking about, right? So, on average, Africans are more educated than Blamericans. They're definitely more educated. Africans, they have a little more culture than Blamericans. You know, they have a little more respect. A lot of Africans do kind of dress with a Blamerican style. They do, and some of them do try to mimic that American style. But even though they do, they typically have more respect. They're kinder and they're more educated than Blamericans. They're just as sensitive as Blamericans. You can give an African 100 fucking compliments. You give one thing you feel should be better and they lose it. I've learned this numerous times. It's like, damn, dog. Like I told you guys, when I was doing the pageant and I was a judge, and what was it? Was it Kenya? No, I don't think it was Kenya. Who was it? I think, no. It was a Congo. You know, they submitted a man and a woman. So their man won the competition. He won first fucking place out of like 10 guys. The woman won like 4th place, and they were just pissed. There was no happiness for the guy who just won first place. They didn't give a shit. They were mad because their woman didn't win too. And I couldn't believe how selfish they were. But just like Americans, they're oversensitive, over fucking sensitive. And you probably see in this video too that they're oversensitive. What a lot of them do, just like Americans, is that they will say you're saying things that you're not saying. Like, I can't believe how many times I've read in my comments, you think, oh, Africans are dark skinned, blah, blah, we have Africans look everywhere. It's like, nigga, shut the fuck up. When have I ever said anything like that, you dumbass? When have I ever said anything like that? I may say something like, on average, the average African is darker than the average American. Of course, that's how it is. That's why a lot of times when I'm in Europe or Russia, people think I'm not fully black, because when they see black people, usually in their area, they're much darker. So on average, yes, I've met many Africans, especially South Africans, who are even lighter than me, who are lighter than almost any other black person I know. You know what I mean? And they're not biracial either. They have like a light-skinned black parent and a dark-skinned black parent, and they're just very light-skinned. Yeah, it happens, but it's more common to see light-skinned blacks in America, the Blamericans. That's just how it is. Now to the video, before I lose my mind with black people and their oversensitivity. So what she was going on about, she has some points there. I mean, one thing was basically true, like black Americans, Blamericans, we're very sensitive about our mothers. We don't like hearing people talk about our mothers, even when they're right. Even when they're right. A lot of our mothers are pretty promiscuous. They had children with how many guys? I don't want to blow up my mother's spot too much, but from what I know, my dad, my brothers from another guy, 3. I would say she had children from at least 3 guys, and she was never married. Now, I know that sounds crazy, but that's not that crazy in the black community at all. Not at all. It's not. And, okay, my father, he had kids by 2 different women. He had, so many kids, you know, it's hard. Our family structures are fucked up. 1 second. Hello? Hi. Yes, I fixed everything. It was the light in the kitchen. Yes, it works now perfectly. No, I was switching it on, then everything cut off. It happens sometimes. I just needed to know where the box was. Now that I know, it's okay. Uh-huh. That's okay. Oh, no, nothing needs to be repaired. Okay, we'll check. If something needs to be repaired, we'll tell you. But can he bring an iron? That's the one thing we could use here, an iron. You know, for clothes, and that's it? That's all I see. Oh, okay. Okay, that'll be good. Okay. Yes, it's fine. We might not... Excellent. Okay, excellent. Okay, sounds good. Okay, please. Okay. Okay, I understand. Okay, thank you very much. Alright, have a good day. Bye. My bad, Nicholas. Phone conversation from the owner. So, starting over... Shit, forgot where I was. Fuck. Sorry. Alright, back to where I was. Okay. So, a lot of Americans, our moms, like I said, have children by different guys, you know. And my father had children by 2 different women, only 1 child from 1 woman, and 4 children from my mother. Okay, so, you know, he wasn't as crazy as her, but she was kind of crazy. But it's funny because I remember reading somewhere, I think it was a meme, and it says some shit like, niggas are so quick to call women's bitches, but how many baby daddies does your mother have? And we're so quick to call women bitches and hoes, but how many baby daddies do your mama have? And I was like, shit, good point. A lot of us are quick to call a girl a hoe, you a slut. But if someone were to say your mom was a hoe or a slut when she was younger, look at all the babies she had with so many guys and she's not married, we'd be quick to get mad. We'd be quick to want to fight. That's a fight. Even when it's true. A lot of... the thing is, I think compared to Africa... I'm not sure, though, because I can't speak for Africa much, but this is what I think. I think... And it depends on which country in Africa. You know, Africa's a fucking continent. It depends on the country. Let's say Kenya. I would guess... And I know I might be so wrong. If I am, just let me know. I've never been to Kenya. I don't know shit. But I would guess the average family structure in Kenya is much better than ours. The average family structure in Kenya is much better than than an average American family. Much better. You know, they probably get married more often. They get divorced less. You know, we don't even get married that much in this country. 70% of our women don't even have a husband. Or even someone in the house, something like that. It's crazy. But I think Kenyans get married more than Americans. You know what I mean? We definitely do. They definitely do. And it's just something that we ignore. It's something we don't really want to handle because we don't want to... It's something we don't really want to speak on because we don't want to offend our mothers, which is bullshit. I mean, it's stupid. You know, if there's a problem, you got to handle it. You got to speak on it, or else it's going to keep continuing the circle of life. You know, my mother had her first child at 14. My sister had her first child at 14. Her daughter had a baby at 16. She's a grandmother at 29. So, it's something that we got to speak on. We can't just ignore that shit just because of people's feelings. You know, we got to start speaking on it. We got to start handling it in a mature, right way. Now, what was another thing that's interesting about this is, just throwing this in there, how I think Blamericans, like it or not, Blamericans are the, I'm not going to say image, but Blamericans are the cool image of the black world. Straight up and down. You know, I'm not going to hold my voice for anybody. Blamericans are the cool image of black people. You know, if you're a black person, there's no cooler place to be from America to other people's eyes and ears. There's no cooler place to be but America. And we stand out. Let me tell you, we stand out very much from other black people all around the world, especially from the way we speak. That is the number one thing. Like, I'm not getting on how people speak, but when other black people speak from other parts of the world, it always catches me off guard because it's, I don't know, like, to me it doesn't match them, but of course, that's my ignorant American mentality, because the way they speak is the way they speak is where they're from. But whether it's England, whether it's Africa, whatever, it just sounds so weird to me. It's like, because most of the black people you see on TV speak like what? The most famous black people speak like who? Like Americans. You know what I mean? So it's always weird to me. It's like, but I understand most of them. But there's a new trend happening in Russia from Africans. They call them African Americans, but they're not African Americans. You wouldn't see an African American doing this, at least not one who is anybody. A nobody African American, Blamerican. I'm not going to. I hate saying African American. A nobody Blamerican would do it, but not a common Blamerican who's actually has a track record. A lot of them are making songs about Vladimir Putin, and they're becoming real big real fast because, the Russians like it, obviously. But I'm not saying it's bad or good, but first some African Russians made it. And they still call them African Americans on the fucking news, which is retarded, even though they're African Russians. I don't know why they keep saying that. But some African Russians who were born in Moscow, apparently, made a song about Vladimir Putin to say, he the man. I know it's cool. And now you got like French Africans and African from the Congo and making songs about Putin to blow up. Now, of course, I'm not trying to shame anyone's game. There's no problem with it. But that's one thing that definitely separates Blamericans from other blacks. You'll never see a Blamerican, a real nigga, singing. I mean, they may mention Vladimir Putin. They can mention him because, he got a real gangster image. He does have a gangster image. But the thing is, when you make a song talking about how Putin goes hard, blah, 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 you're kind of spitting in the face of America a little bit. But at the same time, us black people, we don't really give a shit about that. We don't care too much shit. If Vladimir Putin was really gangster, this, and that, we'd be all over it. We'd be all over it. He'd be the symbol. We don't give a fuck who we follow. We can follow mafia, Italian mobsters, Russian mobsters. We don't give a shit, But right now, as the political situation is, it's not really a thing to be rapping so much about Vladimir Putin, especially because our countries are really going back and forth right now. We know the situation ain't that good. And, Russian people aren't necessarily cool in a lot of the black American eyes, especially the Russian mob, the mask and the guns. That's pretty cool. But when it comes to the government, nah. You won't see a Blamerican doing that. Not a Blamerican who's a somebody at all. Now, I'm not saying the Africans who do it are nobodies. I'm not saying that. They're just different. That's what I'm saying. It's different. It's extremely different. Like, they can rap like it. They can use the words. They can use the ebonics. They can wear the clothes. But it's different. Because they say different things. They do different things. And they think differently. And a lot of times the way they think is actually better and less self-destructive than ours. They have more of a common sense, more of a let's not hurt each other, let's not do this. They usually have that much more than we do. But you know how we do, in Blamerica, it's fuck this nigga, I kill a nigga, I move that dope, I sell crack, I got that, I do this. That's how it is out here. And like it or not, I'm happy to be a part of that. I'm happy to be from that part, you know what I mean? Because we lead the world when it comes to being black in the world, straight up and down. There's no cooler place to be as a black person than America. So even though there's a lot of problems we have a lot of problems, but we are the most entertaining people in the world probably. Being American, we're probably the most entertaining people in the world. To be hated so much for being black, but to always be on a top 10 chart, I'm telling you, that's something, and that is very impressive. But at the same time, it's destructive. So it's like good and bad, And then I know a lot of people hate when I say nigga or nyaga, but I actually don't give a shit, nigga, because where I'm from, people say nigga all the time. If it offends you, then stop listening to hip-hop. It's that simple. You know what I mean? My nigga, fuck them other niggas because I'm down for my niggas. If you don't like it, stop listening to hip-hop. Once that's off, once Blamerican hip-hop is not top 10, whenever there's not a track in the top 10 for, let's say, Too Much Straight album or something, for Too Much Straight, or let's say 6 months straight, I will stop using the word nigga. But it's not going to happen. It's always there, and it'll always be there. Always, you know what I mean? And before I go, last thing, because I know what people want to say, black people are oversensitive as fuck. When I say American, I mean a black person who was either born in America or at least lived in America for, let's say, 15 years. Let's say 10, 15 years. You know, got that passport and all that shit. That's what I mean by American. Not someone who has an African parent. That's stupid. If they're born in America, they're not African. I'm not talking about blood. I'm talking about the culture. All right? It's about the culture. It's about where you're born and raised, the things you see around you, the way you communicate with the people around you, the way they communicate with you and affect your mind, the culture around you, your surroundings. When you have that American surrounding, you're very different. And that's basically it, people, especially when you're born in the ghetto. And I'm out in Negros. Later.